Hello, currently I'm preparing for a project that involves a live music performance with the Akai EWI and running the audio Modeling Camelot software on the MacBook Pro. I want to apply audio effects to the SWAM physical modeling instruments and therefore need setting up Sidechain audio in Camelot. This video shows how to do that with a suitable audio interface. My goal is to enable real-time sound effect control while playing virtual instruments with an Akai EWI. This diagram will guide you through this video about my discovery of how to get Sidechain control setup working. You see a scene in the audio Modeling Camelot software. It consists of 3 layers. My main input device is the EWI shown on the left. There might be additional MIDI controllers. In my case, I use a sustain pedal and the Touch OSC model on the iPad. The audio source in the scene is the SWAM Cello instrument. I want to connect the instrument audio output into the second channel. There I've loaded Arturia Pigments, and I will use both the synthesizer engine and, in the utility engine, the audio input with a Sidechain setup. The video will show how to do that. The lower channel has a chain of audio effects, here from Valhalla and FabFilter. Let's return to layer 1 and listen to the direct, unprocessed sound from the SWAM Cello instrument. Notice the Camelot layer fader on the right and the monitor out signal in the audio interface console display. Let's have a look at the cross-channel audio connections. The simple part of this setup is between the SWAM instrument layer and the audio effects chain. Camelot has an audio send module that will route the instrument audio to the channel 3 input. Job done and simple. In the audio example, you hear the summation of the original dry instrument sound with the audio effects. Note that the layer 3 fader is set at a lower level. The complicated part is the Sidechain setup, where the SWAM Cello output does not go to the layer 2 input, but instead directly to Pigments using its plugin Sidechain channel. This involves setting up a feedback loop through the audio interface, here a universal audio arrow. The interface console is shown on the right. The 3 yellow arrows are the feed-forward audio connected via the Camelot mixer to the audio interface, which sends the analog audio stereo signal to my monitor speakers. The Sidechain requires a second instrument layer output. It is routed to a special audio interface channel. You will see the setup details in a minute. The loop back channel is fed as Sidechain signal into the layer 2 Pigments item. In order to understand the Camelot routing, we first look at the audio channel naming of the arrow interface. On the left, inspect the input-output matrix. The 6 outputs include the top 2, monitor left and right, that feed the monitor speakers. Relevant for the Sidechain setup is the next pair, called Virtual 1 and 2, that provide a direct loopback stereo pair to be used in Camelot. The audio interface channel naming returns in the Audio I/O setup in Camelot. We go to the Settings tab at the bottom and select the audio category. The output settings show a list with the main stereo out and 4 aux channel pairs. For the aux 1 and 2 channel, we select the option Virtual 1 plus 2 from the list, automatically populated with names from the arrow interface I/O matrix. Thus, we have defined a second output from Camelot. The input side has similar options, with the main input device at the top of the list and 4 additional optional inputs. For input 1, we specify the settings Virtual 1 plus 2, a stereo channel pair. Thus, we have defined the loop back signal from the audio interface as a second input to Camelot, and this will be used as the Sidechain signal for Pigments. This loop back signal is now fed back into the Pigments item, the synthesizer in layer 2. Look at the audio settings. Note that these are not the layer input settings, but the synthesizer plugin item settings. The audio inputs now show the availability of the optional sidechain stereo bus. Using the Camelot input 1 stereo pair, that is, the virtual 1+2 loop-back channel pair from the audio interface. The result is that the EWI MIDI input also controls the layer 2 activity, here a combination of the Pigments synthesizer engine and the utility engine with the sidechain audio input. Both engines are going through the Pigments effects and sequencer processor. Listen now to the audio signal summation of the 3 layers. Note the fader level and audio activity in all channels and in both the audio interface monitor and virtual channel pairs. This setup requires the availability of a loopback channel in the audio interface, the Camelot straightforward cross-layer audio send, and the sidechain feedback loop enable the application of many creative effects to the original sound. In this video I demonstrated the Camelot setup details. And now back to practicing some more Bach to get ready for the live performance. Thanks for watching.